So one of the questions that I receive most frequently is, what is a benefit corporation? And I just want to start by noting that a benefit corporation is actually distinct from a B corporation. The B corporation is a certification earned from an organization called B Lab that is a third party that verifies the social and environmental impacts of a business. A benefit corporation, on the other hand, has nothing to do with the certification process. It's an actual legal entity, like an LLC or like a corporation or like a partnership even to some extent. It's an actual legal entity that you form by filing what are called articles of incorporation or a certificate of incorporation with the appropriate state or jurisdiction. So it's a legal entity, and it's the only corporate form that's been widely adopted in a number of states that is actually specifically designed for mission-driven or values-driven or purpose-driven businesses. So it's the only legal entity out there it's passed in 20 jurisdictions, including California, New York, Delaware, Colorado, Nevada, most of the major states where businesses are located or where businesses are incorporating. So that's the first thing to know about it, is if you're a values or purpose or mission-driven business, it's the only one that's been adopted by legislatures in a widespread fashion. So now to talk about some of the attributes of the benefit corporation legal entity. First is that every state's benefit corporation statute requires and allows the benefit corporation to pursue the creation of public benefit. So this is the broad overarching concept that encompasses all of the good that your organization aims to do. Beyond that, jurisdiction to jurisdiction, there are differences between the state statutes. For example, in Delaware, you're more free to specify what your public benefit is. In other states like California, you're required to pursue social and environmental public benefit, as well as being able to specify a specific public benefit the organization aims to do. At any rate, that's the first attribute of the benefit corporation statute, is it's really the only one that's received widespread support and is aimed at creating public benefit. So the second attribute of benefit corporations is that in almost all of the jurisdictions, benefit corporations are actually required to consider their stakeholders in their decision-making process at the executive and board level. So unlike a traditional corporation where in some sense you may actually be precluded from considering impacts on your stakeholders and may be required to consider and pursue profitability at the expense of your employees or the community or the environment, in a benefit corporation you're actually required to affirmatively consider your stakeholders. And this is important to look at not only as a duty, but also as an opportunity to create positive impacts that might feed back into your financial bottom line. So that's the second attribute, is that benefit corporations are required to consider their stakeholders. The third is that benefit corporations actually have a duty to report their impacts. And this also varies state to state, but every state requires that benefit corporations report on their pursuit of creating public benefit. They report on how they're considering and treating their stakeholders, how much progress they've made over the course of the year, and what, if any, shortcomings they've encountered in pursuing the creation of public benefit as they've specified it in their articles of incorporation. So all of these things, the pursuit of creating public benefit, considering stakeholders, reporting it in a transparent fashion, it's important to note that all of these are attributes that make these the benefit corporation entity almost ideal for mission and purpose-driven entrepreneurs, and they also create opportunities to unlock what I call shared value. This is the Michael Porter term for engaging stakeholders in a way that feeds back into the financial bottom line. So although you have additional duties as a benefit corporation, you also have unprecedented opportunities to create value for all of your stakeholders, and therefore opportunities to feed that value back into your own financial bottom line. So that's what a benefit corporation is in a nutshell.